Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Get Certified. If you don't know who I am, my name is Menak and I'm your guide for your next ABAP certification. So, in this video, we are going to continue what we left off in the last video, where we discussed about the different types of editors which are available in SAP system. And in this video, we're going to talk about the ABAP, this and the ABAP workbench tool a little bit in details, and then we're going to go into the enhancement information system, and then the last topic, which would be the packages and their attributes in the transport organization. So without wasting any time, let's go straight ahead to the ABAP workbench tools. So basically, the ABAP editor is used to develop programs that can be executed via the transaction SE38. So let me show you a little bit. If not, /o. /o is used to open up a new window in /n if you want to open the transaction in the same window. So let's use an s/o SE38, which is our T code for opening an SAP ABAP editor. So if you give the name of the program and click on display, you would be able to see the same program which we did in the last video. So you can access either through SE38 or you can directly access through SE18. Next, let's talk about a class builder. So basically, what a class builder is, it allows you to create ABAP classes within ABAP workbench. So you can create your ABAP classes and interfaces and implement inheritance relationships and create attributes, methods, or events for your global class and interfaces that you build. So if you have any class knowledge, you can already guess what I'm talking about. But for those of you who have little or no idea what about object-oriented programming is, I will also cover it in the later half of this video tutorial. So just for now, I know that ABAP class builder allows you to make ABAP classes, and the transaction for this is SE24. Let's talk about function builder. So basically, function builder is used to write function modules and define function groups within the ABAP workbench. Guys, I have a list of. I'm actually taking up one of these and explaining it to you. So what we're talking about right now is function builder. Sorry. So basically, you use the function module builder to create, change, display, and you can test your function module. So you can access the function builder via the transaction SE37. For those of you are interested in accessing this function builder T code option directly, you can use this transaction. Next, let's talk about there you go. Let's talk about what is called as a screen painter. Well, the screen painter is in the ABAP. I think I listed it somewhere. I have good. Well, there you go. Let's talk about the screen painter, which is it's in an ABAP workbench. It is it's used to create screens for SAP GUI transaction. So you can use the screen painter to create your screens and write the flow logic of your screen. You can access the screen painter via the transaction SE50, I guess. SE51, I'm so sorry, SE51. So this will actually help you to create screens and maintain them. So it is basically used to design the screen. Has design the screen, which is two versions: the alphanumerical layout editor and the graphical layout editor. So by default, the screen layout editor is alphanumerical, but the mode can be changed to the graphical layout editor by changing the screen painter settings. So you can go to the transaction screen painter utilities, and then um, you should have an option. There you go, settings. So if you uncheck this, you will have what is called an alphanumerical, and if you would select this option, is what you currently have, you would have a graphical layout editor. So this is just to give you an overview about what a screen painter is, and the transaction which is used to access this, which is SA51. So next, let's talk about the menu painter. Yeah, the menu painter is basically an ABAP workbench tool to create the user interface for your program or transaction. You can create the menu bar, the standard toolbar. You can create your application toolbar and what you call as a GUI title using the menu painter. Well, you can also assign, say for example, function keys to the functions you create in menu painter, and the transaction which you use for to access the menu painter is SE4041. Yeah, perfect. So this is what you would use to access your menu painter, and as you can see, I'll explain these things in details, and we'll use a sample program to actually create a menu which will help you to better understand what a menu painter is. For now, just understand that it helps us to create the user interface for your program or your transaction, and you can create your menu bar or standard toolbar, or even function keys to the functions you create in the menu painter. Next, let's talk about the ABAP the dictionary, which is basically an integral part of the ABAP workbench. It is used to create, change, and display transparent tables, the pooled cluster tables. It is used let's have a look. This is the transaction S11. It is used to create data types and data elements, structures, table types, search helps, and lock objects. So the data utility is a really integral part of the ABAP dictionary too. So you can access through S11. So it's a transaction to have access to all your databases and all your tables and data elements related items. So let's talk about the next repository object, which is the SAP web application builder. So you can build a web application within the ABAP workbench. The workbench delivers the tool to develop the ITS web applications or BSP applications, for that matter, which is our Fiori applications. Basically, we develop using the BSP applications. So, ITS was first approached by SAP to extend business applications to web browsers by converting the SAP download screens into HTML format, making it possible for to access SAP transactions via web browsers. So for ITS applications, you can create internet service for existing SAP transaction and HTML templates for the transaction screens, and MIME objects to add icons and graphics to your web screen layout, so which is your web application builder. And let's talk about a little bit about the WebDAN Pro, Explorer, which you can find right about here. So the Workbench has a tool for development of WebDAN Pro application, ABAP application. The tool, it consists of all the runtime environment, graphical tools to design a WebDAN Pro view within an ABAP development environment. So this is what WebDAN Pro Explorer is for. So just to give you a basic idea about the different ABAP workbench tools which are available at your disposal. So next, let's talk a little bit about the enhancement information system, which is available to you. Well, the enhancement information system is basically so you have a standard program which already works in a certain way it's supposed to be, but then according your customer demands you, well, I want this additional functionality to be added to my standard code. So normally the standard codes are not modifiable, meaning that you cannot add your own code into it because it's like hugely complex code and you just cannot add your code into it. So what we do is we find enhancement spots which is provided to you, and in that enhancement spot you add your small piece of code for the standard code to work in a certain way. So that is what enhancement information system is. So basically you'll have the option right about right, so since we do not have out here, we can edit our option from utility settings, and then we go to the workbench tab, and then there you go, we select the enhancement information system, and then we click OK, and we had a pop-up and we click on OK, and there you go, you have the enhancement information system. So let's star meaning it'll show all the enhancement which are available to your system. So basically the enhancement framework is the technical basis for enhancement for SAP's enhancements concept. It enables you to actually see the different enhancement definition implementation in the system, and it shows like a tree structure, as you can see right here. And definition, well, the enhancement element definition is displayed under well, it is displayed under the enhancement spot definition, which in turn is displayed under the composite enhancement spot. So so basically let me explain to you a little bit the structure and know what the terminologies are, because in the certification exams sometimes you are questioned what this means. So this is your enhancement. You have different options out here, such as enhancements implementation, enhancement spot, etc, etc. And then this is what we call as the composite enhancement implementation. There you go. So this is what we would call an composite enhancement implementation. And then this, if you go right through this, you would call this as enhancement spot implementation. And that is the terminology which I want you to remember. There are like all the enhancement which are possible for a system is mentioned out here. So let's go ahead and double click. Let's go ahead and double click on this. It would show you well, this shows you, actually displays the enhancement spot definition screen in the tool area. So we just double clicked on this, and we get all the description of the BAD implementation along with the name. So we can go ahead and have a look at the technical details, the properties, the histories, well, all of it. So it was last changed when last log date and logged in all the log information. Well, if you think like, you know, if this sounds a bit complicated to you, then I'm like, just don't worry, I'm gonna explain to you our detailed implementation of enhancements and how it works, and we are gonna cover this topic later into our video tutorial. So just for now, remember that what is an enhancement information system, and what it does basically, and what are the terminologies which are associated with it. So well, this is that's it for this video, and I'll be covering the last topics which are remaining in this chapter, which is packages and attributes and transport organization in the next one. And then we can wrap up this chapter, and we'll continue with the next chapter in the future videos. So guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get all the latest updates and all the latest videos which I post. And see you in the next one, guys. Peace.